Most of us want to prevent drama and pain in our relationships, yet somehow remain stuck in a cycle that feels too hard to stop. So hard, in fact, that it might seem easier to decide we are done with people, or at least with a particular person, rather than try any longer. However, relationships are an essential part of being human. Regardless of social class, gender, sexual orientation, race, or religion, we are all social and emotional beings connected to the people in our lives today and to the generations who came before us. The interconnection between ourselves and our loved ones can feel magical and rich when everyone gets along. However, when we are negatively triggered in our relationships, it can create an emotional reactivity that leads to unhealthy responses. These unhealthy responses make it almost impossible to just get along, because they are created when our anxiety is heightened. When our anxiety is high, our logical brains get hijacked, rendering our thoughts and behavior irrational. Anxiety is part of the survival instinct in every living thing. It's our built-in alarm system that helps keep us alive. Anxiety is a natural and appropriate response to a perceived threat. Even though the human brain has evolved to a higher level of thinking, our survival instinct is the same as it's always been. If anything, it's become even more alert to dangers other than immediate threats to our physical safety. After all, since most of us do not need to constantly worry about dangers like being attacked by a wild animal in our modern era, we're more aware of our higher-level human needs, such as our sense of purpose, value, and meaning, as well as our need for love and emotional security. Given that our relationships play an essential role in fulfilling these needs, a threat to our relationships can bring up just as much anxiety as a threat to our very existence. Instinctive ways of managing relationship anxiety can include yelling or using harmful language, physically or emotionally cutting off communication with certain people, ignoring our own needs in order to maintain a relationship, drinking or using drugs to deal with the problems in our relationships, or brushing conflict under the rug to avoid facing the issues. These behaviors derive from our instinctive fight, flight, freeze, and fawn responses, which are activated when we perceive a threat to our survival.